Hi there, Justin from Primrose Property here, back for another video for you guys today. In this video, we're going to talk about debunking myths about cash buyers, and just so you guys can kind of understand the truth about how cash buyers work. So, number one of the first myths is cash buyers offer low prices or lower prices. So, it's a common misconception that cash buyers only offer low prices for properties. So while distressed properties that are in great disrepair, different things like that, may receive lower offers, a lot of times they're actually at kind of fair market value for the current condition. But actually properties in good condition with high market demand can actually get pretty competitive offers from cash buyers. So really there's a couple different factors. So market demand, property condition, and other factors really play a big role in determining kind of what your offer price is. So not always true that they only offer very low prices. Number two, cash sales are only for distressed properties. So a lot of people think that pretty much cash sales are only for properties that are in really bad shape, things like that are distressed, but they're really not limited to that. So a lot of times we make very competitive offers on homes in good conditions, and us personally, we actually have different strategies that we use based off of what the homeowner is looking for to be able to give you a much higher price than a lot of other companies actually can. So other factors that kind of come into play as well is if a seller has to move very quickly or if the timeline is very short. Sometimes cash really is the best option for that, but there's a lot of different factors that go into that as well. So we do cash sales on even nice homes and nice neighborhoods also. So cash buyers are scammers. That's a common myth. And with any industry, there's people in there that just don't do things the right way and might not be the best people to do business with. But it's essential to really research the company and research the cash buyer. For one, just to even see if they actually truly are a cash buyer, if they can actually close and do what they say they're going to do. But there are lots of cash buyers that are not scammers. There's lots of very legitimate, good companies out there that truly have a seller's interest in mind and do things above board the right way. Something we actually pride ourselves on and come from a background of working in a medical type setting, so we kind of have a high standard for how we do things. So always look at like testimonials, check them out, reference points, make sure you can see if there's even proof of funds, things like that, if there's other properties that they've done in the area, and just your general gut feel too. If you feel like something's off, then a lot of times you want to pump the brakes and do some more research as well. So another myth is that cash sales are always super fast. They have to happen in 5 days, 7 days. I think our fastest was 3 business days that we bought a house. And in certain situations, that could be a blessing. That could be a huge thing for someone that really wants to sell something quickly. But not always the case. A lot of times we actually would do a longer close date if that's what works best for a seller. A lot of folks we work with actually have been in a home for a very long period of time. And trying to move out quickly, just that would make life harder. That would make it a more stressful situation. So a lot of times we actually have longer close dates as well. But that's a common myth that people think that cash sales have to be done very quickly and closed immediately. But not always the case. And we kind of pride ourselves on trying to find out the solution that the seller's are looking for and offer that to them. So check as many of your boxes as possible. The other thing is that another myth is that cash buyers are not negotiable. And with real estate, actually everything's negotiable a lot of times. Folks don't realize that. So again, the best thing to do is try and find out, be clear on what you would really like to have happen from a transaction. And then just don't assume the other side isn't negotiable either. So a lot of cash buyers might have room in the deal. They might, if they do a little bit further inspection on certain things, they might be able to bring a price up, or if they discover things, if you're not forthright, or I should say a seller or somebody isn't forthright and doesn't disclose things that are actually present, sometimes that can go the other way as well. But a lot of times things are negotiable. Like I said, in real estate, just about everything is negotiable. So definitely make your priorities known and kind of what you like, and then just talk through it with folks and see if it's something that would work. So another myth is that cash sales lack legal protection. So really, cash sales are subject to the exact same rules and regulation as a traditional sale or an on-market type transaction. So sellers can protect themselves by working with a reputable cash buyer who really adheres or follows all the legal requirements. And what I always recommend is you always use a title company. A big red flag is if a cash buyer says, oh, we don't need a title company, we can just close this outside of title, or I can handle the paperwork. And that's a major red flag for me. You always want to have a neutral third party that handles the transaction, verifies everything's done properly, all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and they're a neutral third party for a reason. They want to make sure that everything gets done the right way. So the other thing is cash buyers require properties to be in perfect condition. So very much not true. We buy personally a lot of properties that are in disrepair, but we also buy a lot of properties that are in good shape but might have a lot of stuff. So it does not have to be in perfect condition to be a cash sale property. A lot of times it's almost the opposite, or there might be a factor that a cash sale would just make life easier for that homeowner, for that seller. Last two we have here are cash buyers are hard to find. So there's been more and more cash buyers and real estate companies coming into the fray lately that are just getting going or that have actually been around for a while. For us, we've been doing it almost a decade now, so we're getting pretty close to that. But really, they're more accessible than ever. A lot of times you can check us out on our website, or you can check out these other cash buyers on their website as well. And a lot of times even real estate agents work with them. We work with agents quite often. So we get referrals from licensed real estate agents, and we're not the best fit every single time for every single person, but we try and offer solutions to folks, whether we're that perfect fit or not. We try and make sure we give you some assistance or help and even point in the right direction just to leave you better than when we found you, if we're not the right fit for you. So the other last myth I have is that there's really no benefit to a seller. So if you're selling to a cash buyer, there's really no benefit to you. So this really could not be farther from the truth. So cash sales offer numerous benefits. We actually cover all closing costs. There's no realtor fees or commissions. We actually have faster closing times, or as I mentioned, sometimes longer closing times if that works better for you. And even for distressed properties, we offer a very convenient solution to make it easy to sell a home that would not typically qualify for financing. So a lot of benefits to folks with that. And again, we have different ways that we buy houses that even if cash offer might not be the very best, we have different solutions. We try and really find out what a homeowner is looking for and then provide the best solution to them. And sometimes that isn't cash. A lot of times it is. So in conclusion, so understand the truth about cash buyers really just dispels the myth and misconceptions that a lot of people have. So a couple key points, research and choose a reputable cash buyer. Then you can benefit from the benefits of selling to a reputable and cash buyer that's convenient and makes it efficient for you for your transaction. So if you're considering selling your property for cash, feel free to reach out to us here at Primrose Properties. We'd love to have a conversation with you and see if we might be a good fit for what you got going on for your real estate needs. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.